All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Mr. McKee with NOS 130. I'm going to today go through procedures on. We're going to set up another Server 2012 virtual machine. I'm going to show you guys how to install that, and then what we're going to do is, after that's completely installed, we're going to uninstall the graphical user interface. All right, to send it back to Server 2012 Core. Okay, so first thing, and I know you guys, pretty much everybody has all their virtual machines saved to the Z drive on your machine in the lab, but I'm just going to show you guys. All right, my E drive is actually my USB drive, and it's 3.0, so it's fairly fast. There's my three folders for my three NOS classes, NOS 130. All right, so you guys, your folder structure should look like this. Maybe you're missing the Server 2012 X2. So what I'm going to do first, before I do anything, is I'm going to set up my folder structure for the new installation. And I'm going to name this my initials, SRV 2012, and I'm going to name it X3. Actually, let's name it Core. Okay. So we got NTM SRV 2012 Core. Make sure you guys name that the exact same as I have it. Alright. And I'm going to go to VMware Workstation. Oh, and just to show you guys too, all my ISO images are saved right here. I've got a Windows Server 2012 right there. I've got my product keys. So if you guys don't have that, which you probably don't on your local machine, you might have an ISO folder. If not, go to the NAS server, which I've got my drives mapped. The NAS folder under right here. Server 2012. Click on that. There's the installation. Here's all the product keys. Probably choose some for about the center. They should work, hopefully. Okay. So that's where you go for that file. Alright, so I'm going to search for VMware Workstation. Open that up. Alright, I'm going to create a new virtual machine. I'm going to click typical. I'm going to click the installer ISO, which is going to be this right here. That's coming off my USB drive. Alright, got that. Just verify it's correct, and it is. Alright, we're going to install Server 2012 Standard. Need my product keys. Alright, so let me go back to this right here. Should be able to highlight these. Control C. Where's my VMware? There it is. Control V. Alright, full name. You can set up a password. This is automatically going to make you a user. User standard password. Sure, everybody should know that. I don't like to say the passwords because I'm putting this on YouTube. Alright, those should be the same. Log on automatically. No, I don't want to do that. Alright, so my machine is going to be my initials, SRV 2012 Core. And browse. Don't pick the defaults for any of the machine names, locations. Alright. I'm going to go back here. Alright, right there. Alright, so you guys are probably going to have the Z drive. That's fine. I've got the E drive. I'm in the right parent folder, NTM NOS 130. I'm sorry. And this is my installation folder, NTM Server2012 Core. Alright, because we're going to be installing a full version and then uninstalling the GUI. Alright, so click Next. Disk size 60, split virtual disk into multiple files, that's fine. All that's good. I would customize the hardware, go in here and just make NAT bridge in case we need to get on the internet. Alright. Verify that that's right. Alright, we're good. Alright, VMware starts up. Look up here in your tabs for your VMware. That's correct installation. It's going to start installing. Okay, so let this install first. When it's all done, the next thing we're going to do is install VMware tools. It's going to make it a lot easier to interface with the virtual machine. So I am going to let this install. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back when it's about done. And I'll let you guys know about the time it takes also. Alright, just to check in, still installing our Server 2012. I'm going to go ahead and, if you guys are bored while this is working, you can type in Task Manager under Search, and you can watch click on the Performance tab, Disk 2. You guys will be using the Z drive if you're on in lab computers, but click on that. You guys can watch the read and write speeds of that hard drive if that's your thing. Other cool stuff. I'm not really doing anything on the internet, so. CPU usage. The disk you're writing to, though, should be going crazy. Write speed up to 33 megabits or megabytes per second, which would be 33 times 8, so 264 megabits per second. It's fast. Alright, I will pause this video and come back right after it's about done. Alright, so my Server 2012 standard installation has completed. That took me about roughly 19 minutes. Of course, I've been playing around on the internet, so it was done a little bit before that, but that's fine. Alright, and since we're using VMware Workstation, I want to do Control-Alt Insert. Don't do Control-Alt Delete or take you outside Windows, but alright. Since I specified my username, first initial, last name, it automatically logs me in with that username. And let's see, when this comes up, Server Manager will start. That's fine, that's normal. Okay. And we wait. And to let you guys know too, while I'm doing that, I'm too fidgety just to sit here and wait for it to work, but I went to imagine.microsoft.com. You can actually download Windows Server 2012 R2 with update. And I'm downloading the English version, standard 64-bit. Looks like about 0.6 gigs of 5 gigs. So 18 more minutes. I'll have that downloaded. Alright, so the dashboard's up. If I click on local server, those are going to be normal alerts. Alright. I'll be a little bit slow. First coming on. Alright, let's just make sure everything's working. And since it's a virtual machine, it's come up with a crazy name. We don't want to change that computer name. Work group's fine. Remote management. We'll be changing some of that stuff. Windows Firewall, that's fine. IP version 4. Be changing that. Product was registered, that's good. Shows our processor. Installed RAM. Now that's, since it's a virtual machine, it's given us 2 gigabytes of RAM. Total disk space 60 gigabytes. Alright. So that's good. First thing we want to do though, install VMware tools. Let's go to File Manager, Computer. Alright. Let's go to PowerShell and see what services we have. If I spell it right, it'd be a lot better. Alright. There's my services. VM tools. Oh, VMware tools is running. That's good. Good to go then. So if I test it, let's do this. Oh man, that looks good. Okay, got it. Full screen. That's the big thing with VMware tools. It's going to give you a little box, maybe the size of this little window for my file manager. Install VMware tools. It stretches to fit the guest, which is this machine right here. Alright, so good to go. And we want to go in here and change the computer name easily. Do our sconfig. Alright, yes. Alright, there's our sconfig window. I want to change my option 1, option 2. Alright, new computer name is going to be NTM SRV 2012 Core. Okay. Alright, you must restart your computer, apply these changes, restart now. Remote desktop. Let's don't do that right now. Let's check our date and time. Eastern, got it. Alright, that's good to go. Let's see. Oh, let's change the network settings also. Alright, so we're getting a dynamic IP address from our default gateway. Cisco router. Let's do this. Select adapter. Okay. 10. Okay, so I want to change. Alright, I want to make it a static IP address. Enter static IP address 192.168 dot. Okay, now this is where you want to make sure it's set correctly. If you look on the tower of your computer, your PC number, alright, it should be 1 through 18, since there's 18 computers in the lab, and then mine's 20, so I want to do computer number 20, add a 0 to the end, so my network's going to be 192.168.200, and it's a good thing to write this down. Alright, 192.168.200 dot, and let's see, our first Windows Server 2012 is going to be .1 for the 4th octet. Number 2. Second Windows Server 2012 is going to be .2. Let's make this .4. Alright, so .4. Alright, so you guys don't use this word for word, or we'll say word for word. Static IP address for this core is going to be 192.168.200, which includes my 20 of my computer name plus a 0 on the end, and then .4. Alright, subnet mask, the default is going to be, we're using a Class C classful addressing scheme, so 255.255.255.0 is fine. Alright, enter default gateway. 192.168.224.222. You can put default gateway. That's our actual default gateway. It's going to be on another network, so you're not going to be able to access it. We'll put it in there. Alright, so up here, let's see. NIC index, if we have more than one network adapter, it'll show up. Alright, DHCP is enabled false because we turned it off to a static IP address. IP address right there. Subnet mask, default gateway, preferred DNS servers. Let's set the DNS servers. It would be 8.8.8.8. DNS server set. 8.8.4.4. I believe that's right. Go with it. That's fine. Alright, alternate. Alright, so let's do 4 to the main menu. I can see up here. Let's see. All this stuff looks good. Option 13 will restart the server. Actually, what I want you guys to do, give me a screenshot of this right here before it restarts. So I'm going to Control-Alt, print screen. Yeah, no, that's fine. Bring up Word. Alright. Alright, here's my picture. Let me go ahead and crop that out. All I want is this right here. Alright, hit enter. Alright, since I'm getting old, you need to make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. Alright, so that right there, maybe. Let's crop this thing again. Right here. Enter. Bigger. Oh, that looks nice. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's that. I can see your okay. Of course, computer name hasn't changed yet until we restart, but our computer name changed. That's fine. Big thing is I can see that I know who you should be by your IP address. Alright, so let's save it as picture. Let's save it as today is it's 1:30. Today is 9/20/17. Okay. Little underscore under there. I'm gonna put this on OneDrive. Okay. Alright, so this is going to be our in-class assignment. Alright, so that should be it right there. Alright, so NOS 130, today is 9/20/17, in-class assignment. Alright, save that. Alright, so delete this out. I don't need that Word document anymore. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and restart it. Alright, so I'll pause this video while this thing restarts. As soon as it comes back up, I'll show you guys how to verify everything's been configured correctly, and then we're going to uninstall the graphical user interface and go back to Server 2012 Core. Okay, so I'm in my Server 2012 Core again. Hit pause on the video a couple of times just to make sure everything's going to work right for you guys. Alright, I want to start PowerShell, which is at the bottom left beside the Server Manager button. Okay, so I'm in PowerShell. I see the PS. Okay, so get feature. I'm sorry, get Windows feature. This is going to show all the features, everything that an X is running right now. So these are all the possible things that are running. And it says available or removed. Okay, so file and storage services, that's the role that's automatically installed, reinstall Server 2012 Standard. Okay, so start file and storage services and storage services. Installed. Okay, everything else is available. Alright, so what we got, let's go down. We're actually installing the graphical user interface. So what we need to uninstall, is user interfaces and infrastructure, user interfaces infra. Alright. So server GUI management, infrastructure, and server GUI shell. Alright, so we're going to install this right here, and we're going to uninstall this right here. Alright, we can do that at the same time. See how this thing's labeled. Alright, the display name, the name's actually going to put in. Alright. Okay, so, and to make it easier, just like if you're programming a Cisco router, it's best to put it in a notepad, and what you can do is highlight it, Control C for copy, and you can't do Control V, but if you do, make sure you have your cursor blinking. If you click in there and right click, let's do this again. Alright. Copy. Alright, right click in there, get Windows feature, that's what I just had. That's gonna give me that output. Okay, and then if I do, okay, this is the next command I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna uninstall Windows feature. Okay, so I'm just uninstalling these Windows features, which all these are Windows features. A whole bunch of them, right? Because the get -Windows feature gets or shows me the output of what's installed. Alright, so I've got those. Alright, so let's go back to my notepad. I was just doing it just like this. Uninstall -Windows feature space. I want to uninstall first server -GUI -management -infra comma, then a space, server -GUI shell. So you're uninstalling the server GUI management infrastructure feature and the server GUI shell. And then I'm adding an option to restart after I'm done. That's optional, but I would recommend doing that. And to verify, make before I do this. Okay. Server GUI management infrastructure installed and server GUI management. Alright, I'm sorry. Where is that? Server GUI shells installed and server GUI management infrastructure. Alright, so if I go into my notepad, highlight this, Control C, click back in my PowerShell, right click. Alright, it placed everything in there for me. Alright, I'm hitting enter. Alright, so what's my error? Alright, well, let's run this as administrator. That would be great. Run as administrator, which is a good security feature. Alright, do the same thing. Alright, now we're running as administrator. Great, let's watch it work. And it's starting removal. 57%. Let's see how long this thing takes. 80%. I'm going to pause this just for a sec while it's uninstalling. Okay, so our Server 2012 has restarted. Control insert. Type in your password. Alright, so, alright, now all you should see is a command prompt. And if we went to PowerShell, type in PowerShell. If I want to, let's do this stuff. Git. Let's do control copy. Let's click. Oh, it'll let me paste it. That's cool. Let's see what Windows features we've got now. Click and drag it, make it a little bit longer. Okay, so right now we've got, let's go up. Alright, so we've still got, let's see what we got here. We've still got file and storage services, denoted with an X. And under that, we've got storage services, we've got and that should be about it. PowerShell's installed. Wow, 64, that's installed, and that's it. Okay. Now, and there you see right there, graphical management tools and infrastructure, no longer installed. Server graphical shell, no longer installed. Alright, so I wish I could make it a little bit bigger. But that's all we got. could get service. Alright, just to see what services I've got. I want to see if my VMware tools is running. Okay, it is running. Alright. And say we want to shut this down now. Let's shut down. I want to shut it down. Time would be 0. Shut down right now. Alright, and it shuts down. Good to go. Alright, so that's really all you guys need to do for today. That's plenty. Big thing. Go ahead and install the version, the standard version. Install it, make sure it works. Change all your computer names, everything like that. Restart it, and then uninstall those two graphical user interface features, and then restart it. Go into the command prompt. Make sure everything's good to go. And here, I want to boot it up just one more time, show you guys one more thing. Alright, one final thing I want to show you guys in Server 2012 Core. Okay, so you used to have that little window that had your command prompt in it. Okay, so what if you hit the X, it disappears. In Core, you basically see just a black screen. Okay, if you click in that virtual machine, just make sure it's highlighted. If you do Control-Alt-Insert and hit Task Manager, that's going to bring up your Task Manager. Alright, there's my Task Manager. No, there are no running apps. Okay. So if you go in here, go to File, go to Run New Task. If you type in command.exe, that's going to start your command line up again. Alright, you can close out of that Task Manager. Okay, 3 different things you want to see in here. Alright, we're in command line right now. I can do standard things like ipconfig. Alright, see my IP addresses. I can trace route, maybe, let's see how to get to Yahoo. Stuff like that. If that works. Of course this doesn't work, but I bet I can trace route. Let's just trace route to myself. R.200.4. Alright. There's my server core. I can ping. And the reason that's not working is I'm on a different network. I'm on 200 network. Alright, 200.4. Ping myself. That's great. Alright, so I can do that. I'm in the command line. Alright, so I can either go to PowerShell. Okay, I can do the get, maybe Windows features. Get Windows feature. Okay, that shows me all the Windows features. I can do that. Okay, and from PowerShell, I can either go back to type in CMD, go back to my command line. I can go to sconfig. Okay, that brings up server configuration. I can change, work group, domain, computer name, stuff like that, network settings. All right, and if I hit 15, it goes back to command line. And if I go to PowerShell, from there I can also go to sconfig. Alright, so either way it works. Alright, big thing is, if you're in PowerShell, make sure it has PS. And if it doesn't, it's just showing a folder on C drive, your System32 folder, you know you're in PowerShell. And if I'm in command line, I can't type in my get Windows feature and actually have it work. Okay, it says I can't find that. But if I was to go to PowerShell, that same feature, which I can't get up here, get Windows. Well, let's do something else. Get services, get service. All right, there's all my running services. And the big one is VM Tools is running. Okay, you can only do that from PowerShell, cannot do that in command line. So you have 3 different applications you can use in there, but big thing is make sure you know where you're in, and before you start pulling your hair out, like I've lost all my hair from pulling it all out, but make sure you know where you're at before you're like, hey, wait a minute, it didn't work. Alright, so I'm going to shut down. Actually, shut down time 0. Alright, so it's going to shut down. Alright, and that's it. I've shown you guys the one screenshot I needed for this lab, and that's it. Thanks for watching.